Hello and welcome to this video, I guess, whatever. So I want to talk about what I'm doing right now and what I'm planning. Now, for those who haven't heard, Action Commander 2 just released on Steam, and everyone should buy it. Buy a few copies just in case. And it's great fun. Releasing games on Steam is just I've never seen so much money in that short amount of time. I'm rich as fuck, so now I'm an entitled prick that thinks that the world rotates around me, and I will now suck my own dick, basically. No, okay. Yeah, obviously the game tanked, but who cares? At this point, I just want to look forward, and I want to make a new game, the JRPG that I talked about in the last video. And even though some people might not like it, maybe you can come back in a few videos, look at the progress, and think like, maybe that looks kind of interesting. Anyway, the point of this is that I want to announce basically that I want to make a video series on the development of this JRPG. It's a type of game that I've never made, but I want to show the whole process, similar to how I made the development videos for Unloved, because a lot of people really like that style of in-depth look and also hearing all of my thoughts going into these decisions around the game, because there's tons and tons and tons of decisions that you have to make basically every day just to get the game in a certain direction. And I also want to involve a lot of you guys. So one suggestion I got from Moki, who I frequently talk with, said that I should add straw polls to my videos. So from this video onward, I don't know if I want to add a straw poll to this video as well, but who cares? I want to add straw polls to these videos, which, in case you don't know, you can just click it. It's totally anonymous. You don't have to make an account or anything. You just see the vote, like some kind of question. I want to keep these questions kind of, not too specific for this game, but in general, kind of, for example, like, what kind of mechanics do you like in a JRPG? Something like that. So people can vote like, I like this or that or whatever. Or what's a pet peeve in JRPGs that you don't like, or something like that. Maybe not only about JRPGs, but I don't know, about sci-fi or anything. I don't know. But again, you can give me suggestions or whatever. But I kind of want to get the videos going and then see what topics come up naturally. But also I want to talk about the results of the previous videos poll in the next video. So I have a new topic to talk about in each video, which hopefully is more interesting for people that participate and get your ideas into the mix and stuff like that. So I want to have this a little bit more open, because I felt like in Town of Machine I was trying to keep everything secret and I didn't want to really talk about anything, and in the end I don't really think anybody cared at all in the first place. So that was a huge waste of I don't know, everything, I guess. But this time I want to be just open, share my ideas, talk about everything that I'm doing, even right from the beginning. So the very first video, and I want to do this on a weekly basis. So I've set myself this goal. This is a life lesson, by the way, that I can give you for free. Always have a goal in life. It's an invaluable lesson I've learned, because as soon as you don't have a goal, you just waste your time, and this can go on for years and years and years, and at a certain point you're like, what am I doing with my life? And another bad thing is when other people give you a goal. People say like, hey, you should do XYZ, and you think like, well, I guess, and you do that, and again, sometimes it happens that years later you realize that this has never been your goal at all. You don't even give a shit about it, and now you look back and you wasted a long time of your, a big portion of your life. So this is something I've learned. I just work much better, and I have a much more, much more motivation in general, and just a better feeling overall if I have some goal to work for. And to me this happened recently, the first time for Town of Machine, because as you may remember, I worked on a strategy game the year before that, and I wasted so much time, you know, not really being, I didn't really know, and I didn't really care, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I should do this or that. And so I wasted a lot of time, and I redid many things of that game because I didn't really have any clear goals. So this time I set myself the goal, because, you know, I don't really care about selling the game on Steam anymore, because obviously Steam doesn't give a shit anymore, and so, you know, it's not really a goal that you should follow. It's you know, it's just useless. But instead I can just focus on, you know, using the time that I have left in this apartment and stuff like that to just work on a game that I really care about and I really want to do. And if people like it, that's awesome. But my goal for that cannot be to release it, because I don't know if I ever have the time left in this apartment to ever release it. But instead, I want to focus on something that I can do, which is create a video once per week. So this is my goal from this week onwards. Basically, every week on Friday, I want to release a new development video of my new game. And you know, obviously, if you have any kinds of suggestions or comments, whatever, you can always leave it down below. But also, you know, what I said before, the straw polls, I will add it to the description of every video. So, you know, if you're interested, if you want to, because I want to involve the community a bit more, especially in a field like JRPGs, because there's just tons and tons of games like this out there. And there are a lot of like pitfalls in these type of games. But you know, these are all things that I want to talk about in the next videos. So the next thing you can expect from me, the beginning of this project, is me stripping out the majority of features of Action Commando and turning that into a JRPG. And you might think like, that's impossible, but I will prove it to you. So yeah, this is where I want to start. It's basically the beginning of the project. Yeah, I'm excited to show you what I'm doing and to see your input. You know, I want to show the majority of things that I'm doing, even though some of them may be a bit boring or whatever. I will basically fast forward through that. So, for example, if I create you've never seen me create a blueprint out of thin air. So I want to show that, but in a fast forward speed, like where I can just describe what I'm doing and give you an overview basically, but I don't want to go into every single painful little detail. But you know, stuff like that. So I want to put a little bit more production into these videos. Like I have a professional software now, so I want to learn that basically. So that's kind of my goal, to make a series of videos in depth, just like I did with Unloved, maybe even a bit more, I guess. Again, a lot of people like these devlog videos. Also, you know, it's something that I have a reason to wake up for every morning. So that also gives, you know, gets me, you know, what am I saying? It also gives me, you know, motivation and, you know, drive, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, and I'm also happy that I can work on something that I can actually share with everyone and talk about, because, you know, I don't really care about secrecy anymore, because I don't know if I will ever release the game. What I do plan is, as soon as I have the first portion of the game ready, I just want to release a free demo, so that people can just download and play it, and maybe I will get more people interested in that game. I will put it on Steam, obviously, by then, but I don't know when this will happen, maybe in a few months or whatever. I have no idea. But just for now, in the next video, I will start working on the new project, and I will show not every single step, because, you know, if I find bugs or whatever, that's very tedious. But I want to show you as much as possible, as long as it's interesting. And yeah, give this straw poll idea a shot. You know, again, I really like this when I have more input from people. I think this was one of the things that was very interesting for me to see with Unloved, because there were a lot of people interested in the game, and I got all kinds of feedback all the time, and that was really fun. And yeah, maybe I can get something like that going with this game as well. Yeah, because, you know, the thing is that a JRPG in the technical way is very, very simple. The very first JRPGs came out back then, which was like Final Fantasy for the NES, which is a very, very basic game. So the technical aspect of these games are very, very simple. I guess that's why so many of them exist. But for me, this means that I can add many cool features on top of that because I already have. I mean, Piano Machine is a complete game. If I strip that out with the majority of features, but keep some of the important stuff in it, I can build on top of that and create a fun and engaging, a flashy, cool JRPG style out of that. You will see what I mean. It's similar, like people have a hard time understanding that Town of Machine is actually just basically like a reshaped version of a Dimension Drifter. I stripped many features out and I put many features back in, or like many features added on top. But in general, like in the foundation, both games are identical. But again, I will show that in the video. So that's my goal. So in 1 week, next Friday, I will show you how it's done. Anyway, if you have any suggestions or whatever, tell me about it, and I will talk about it in the next video, like I used to, like many years ago, which was actually really fun. Why did I stop? Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.